Hello, Tilly.
Hi.
Hello. I've joined you here at your lovely activity that you've had going on here, your Slow Stitch Cafe.
Slow Stitch Cafe. The idea was to encourage everybody to come and have a few minutes, take out a few moments out of their day and rest their toes and have a little bit of slow stitching. A lot of people think that that's just hand sewing. For me, it's about taking time out and giving yourself permission, really, to just do a little bit of stitching, but not necessarily hand stitching. It could be free motion embroidery, it could be quilting. It's actually allowing you to just forget what's going on in the world and actually then just calmly sort of going into your little happy zone. If there was one thing that actually came out of the cafe over the last 3 days, is so many people say to me, you've given me the confidence just to have a go. And it's okay to use things that have been, sort of a little bit ripped or frayed, put that in the equation. And quite often, a lot of people are put off by the fact that you have to follow the rules, you have to stick to a brief, and you have to be perfect. And in this style of stitching, for me personally, it's more about taking time out and just, sort of using the cloth and the thread to guide you. Sometimes you start a little project and you never know where it's going to end up. And also, it's okay to go wrong. So if you want to make a little tiny sampler or something like that, you might use it in a future project,
So what sort of textiles do you work with? Because I've noticed they don't tend to be brand new fabrics, they tend to be pre-loved.
Yes, I love using all those really old ones you find in your charity shops, your antique fairs. Often pieces that are passed down throughout the family. They might have holes in, frayed pieces, but actually you can still use them. So I use a foundation and then I build up the layers slowly, bit by bit by bit. My lovely display of little patches, the idea for that really came from my Facebook group, where I do a weekly go live and talk to all my ladies in my Facebook group, and I just put a little sentence out there saying if anybody wanted to add a little patch to go on my display, and I thought I'd get a few, and we actually got 110 in the end. My background is working in education, working with children with special needs. I'm a trained visual impairment specialist working with early years, and I worked in lots and lots of different settings with lots of different abilities, and through that I found that I could actually deliver lessons and lesson plans through using cloth and thread. I've been sewing from the year dot, and it was just introducing a different way of telling stories and using that to obviously help deliver literacy and numeracy and various things in schools. So yeah, developed from there.
Could you tell me something about this beautiful outfit that is sitting on this mannequin here? Because it is delightful.
Oh, bless you. This is Ada. Ada was my nan's name. Instead of a flat mood board, I actually like to work on a mannequin or onto a cushion or something that is a 3D, sort of shape. And really, Ada evolved just from ideas that I wanted to put in the Stitch Memories book. Last year it came out at the end of July. We sold out within 2 weeks. We had to have it reprinted, which was lovely. And it's really about telling a story with cloth and thread and using all those beautiful old pieces that you actually have in your stash at home, or you might have been passed down through the generations. Quite often lots of people have got cupboards, drawers, suitcases of all these lovely old treasures. And it's also about using found objects, so everyday objects. I have a Facebook page, I'm also on Instagram, and on my Facebook page I have a group. We have a weekly go live session where I say hello over a cuppa. You can ask me tips, techniques about all the different bits and bobs, and it's a very interactive group. There's a lovely group, very gentle, so if you're new to this style of sewing, everybody else encourages you to have a go.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.